Alright, let's see how do I sound today. I'm very allergies today, so you know, that's great. Here on this stream, it absolutely requires that I use my voice a lot. So we'll see. I only have 19% of the achievements in this game. This is the theme song of wrestling. Really kind of was one of those games where I never got very far into the game. And yet, like, on the surface level, I found enough of it to entertain me. I don't know. Like I said, though, it was one of those, you know, so bad it's somehow good kind of spungus. Speaking of playtime, I apparently have almost 92 hours in Disco Elysium. Here's another fun fact I didn't know about until a minute ago. Disco Elysium has Twitch integration. Oh, Graves. To set up, like, polls for what options to pick and things like that, I guess. But, you know, my being a micro streamer, Dead Cells already proved that you shouldn't stake your entire game on Twitch integration, so... I do hope I start feeling better, because I feel funky right now. Thomas says, sometimes Switch integration is let a couple hundred people name your Pokemon. And sometimes it is Tama picks what you do now, because everyone else is asleep. Okay. Whoa, who told you to keep making noise? I thought you were done. Oh, I see you advanced in the playlist. Gotcha. That, I guess, is valid. Alright. I might die. I'm going to try to stream Disco Elysium. I suppose I should issue, like, a general, like, trigger warning before I start Disco Elysium. All I'll say is that this game doesn't really shy away from basically any concept. It is quite adult. Usually not in any, you know, extremely overt ways. I'm just saying, you know, if you're really sensitive to certain topics, it might not be the game for you. But it is an amazing story, beautifully told. The writing in this game is simply top notch. It was Yahtzee's game of the year for whenever it came out, 2019, I believe. And you know how Yahtzee is, so there must be something to it. Anyway, we start by building our dude. There are a few presets I like to just create, customize. So I've kind of played through it already as Smart Cop and as, like, Sensitive Cop. I was thinking I might have a run at, like, you know, Blunt Instrument Idiot Strongman Cop. But, I don't know, I'm feeling like for the stream, I should lean kind of into intellect, and I think it would be funniest if I... Yeah, let's go with Psyche and, like, a dash of intellect. We don't want to be too weak or clumsy. You know what, I think that'll be fine. I will say that the game overall went a lot better as Intellect Cop than it did as Psyche Cop. Because, there was I mean, the story is more or less linear. As far as I know, there's kind of only the one ending, but a lot of particulars went down differently between the two. Well, something really much more interesting did happen at the end of the second run, so there's that. Anyway. I love these, by the way. These are all just the visual conceptualizations of your many inner voices. And some of them are really just amazing. Half-Light, let the body take control. This is like unfiltered aggression is what Half-Light is. Electrochemistry, yeah, mostly pertains to, you know, those kinds of chemicals. Go to Party Planet, yeah, that's called electrochemistry in a nutshell. I believe I used Inland Empire as my signature skill last time. I'm a little surprised that Authority is a Psyche, where it feels like it might be more of a physique one, but... Volition, yeah, that's like mental fortitude. Suggestion, empathy... Inland Empire is like imagination. I think we'll go with that again. This doesn't matter all that much. It definitely will have an impact on things, but it's not like you have to build a certain way to, like, finish the game or anything. So choose carefully, but don't lose sleep over it. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. So in my voice acting settings, surprisingly enough, these are not voiced, these inner monologue voices. They are in classic or in full mode, but honestly, they're sort of annoying voices anyway, so it's fine, I'll just read. There is nothing, only warm, primordial blackness. Your conscience ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever? Never, ever, 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 baby! Alright, cool. Keep on non-existing. This is wonderful. This is not only great narratively, but also great gameplay. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No XY is contained within it. Wait, what was that about the X something? An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning. It will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing. Let's go back into the Fathomless Deep. Pardon me a second. There. No ball of meat, no light in the formless, nothing, just night swimming. I like nothing. I know you do, baby, I know. How about you cough up some more of that sweet oblivion? Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Nothing town to fuck Albaro. Let's visit the ancient Zeor home. Yeah, great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. Sing, don't stop. Keep singing. Sing me the song of death. The song of death is sweet and endless. What is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. I hate those. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert. Hurting, longing, dancing to disco music. Passed a medium volition check already. It gives me a unique response. Because of that check, I could say, I'm not afraid of reality. No, screw that. I want to go back to the nothing. The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it an ungodly headache. Help, someone cut my head off. It's trying to murder the rest of me. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound. A clarion call from hell. I gotta say, I as a person don't have my shit together, but at least I've never been there. Got that going for me. Could always be worse. Let's go ahead and put our pants back on as soon as possible. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminum key ring. There's a single key on the ring, the number 1 etched onto it. It should open the door. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. There's also going to be like a lot of French pronunciation, like word. What? I had a word. There's a word for that. There's going to be a lot of like French pronunciation stuff going on that I might struggle with because that language and all of the letters in it are incomprehensible to me. But anyway, this tape sure got fucked up. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Right, did I... Nope, just my pants. Shoe. Good, I have shoe. We're getting somewhere. In this game, you collect your many missing shoes. You see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. So you get a whole bunch of clothing items in this game that give you bonuses and penalties. This gives me a little bit of conceptualization skill. And like even some reasoning as to why. This white satin shirt used to be fancy. Now it smells like someone took a piss in the armpits. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there beneath the soft vapor. Really? Nothing? Really? All recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking, it was a deluge of world-ending proportions. Ugh. Wipe the mirror. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort! You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you'll see in there, and you'll never unbecome it. Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with it. How bad could it be? Where to even begin? There's the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. I'm sure everything is fine. It's not. Your nose feels like a balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. Doesn't appear to be a particularly small nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. Let's just get on with it. Ah! Behold! You have no idea what this thing is, do you? Dear Lord, help me, what is this? Whatever it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? I'm not making it, the face is making itself. Please stop, it's horrible, you're scaring yourself. Okay. Oh my god, you can't stop! It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You've worn that grin into your face and now it will come off. What does it even mean? What's the emotion you're trying to convey? God, I don't know, it's indescribable. You should check yourself for a pulse, because from here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive for now. Very low chances on either of these checks. I can try to see if I remember what the fuck is going on with this expression. Nope. So, as you could see right there, it actually rolls dice for all of these checks, like in tabletop roleplay fashion. And there are such things as critical successes and critical failures. If you roll a 12, doesn't matter what the numbers say, that's a pass. If you roll snake eyes, that's always a fail. That has manifested in a truly terrifying fashion in a previous run of mine, which I'll tell you about when the time comes. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. An impossible electrochemistry check. Stop the expression. Holy shit, I did it? What? What the fuck? Well, there you go. I just proved my own point. I passed an impossible check first thing in the game. On my first attempt to stop the expression, I did. You're not supposed to do that until, like, much later in the game. There are many things that make that check easier. Didn't need them. It's like something snaps in you, a nerve ending, a thought, a sadness. Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of the leer that had distorted it for God knows how long. And now, just like that, it's over. The running gag that your life had become. A sad old man looks back at you. Now, I guess I'll play the whole game without the expression. I wonder if that changes anything. Cans isn't gonna freaking believe that. Still just the one shoe. Excuse me a sec. The interior of my head is betraying me as usual. This fan has two pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck, so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. So, like, savoir-faire, no, I'm sorry, Inland Empire wants to see this tie as, like, a speaking thing. And, like, it depends on how much empathy or, what, psyche you have, yeah? Can dramatically affect how you see the tie. Alright. I'm almost certainly gonna fail that. Let's just, why don't we just... Blades come squeaking to a halt. Should be easier to grab the tie now. There we go. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! It's released from the blade. Warning! Warning! The necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. And even that description changed compared to when I last saw it. Like, if you don't have the enough, empathy for the tie, it's described again as, like, truly horrifying instead of, fantastically colorful. Am I wearing it already? Of course. Adorned with a garish pattern, disturbingly vivid. You somehow feel as if it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You'll betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. I need to move my drink somewhere where I can reach it a little more easily. Here we go. Because it's gonna be a very talky stream. Guess I'll put my jacket on too. Disco ass blazer. It looks like someone skinned this blazer off some long extinct disco animal. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. Stuff like this is why it's good to be smart cop. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. Did I break it with my own hands? A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. What did this, then? More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. Wait, what am I doing? Something you've done before. It's too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would also have been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you have only one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other one on the balcony outside. Door to it should be outside your room. Maybe it wasn't me? You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it? I should go get that shoe. Cool wind gushes in. Alright, let's face the world, I guess. Take money. I'm not sure, I'm honestly not sure what level of, undress the game allows you to leave the room in, come to think of it. Like, I've always, gotten myself kind of ready before I left, but the expression's already gone, Cans. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Gust of briny wind washes over you. Theoretically, the keys to the hotel room are just in your pants pocket, so potentially you could just walk around out there wearing only your pants. Never tried it. They both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles. How do they fit? Good. They're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. Actually, come to think of it, hang on here. There we go. Thank you. What done? Revachal's a really interesting place. Like, some interesting things about this world make themselves known piece by piece. The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
She seems perplexed by the question. There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman. Wait, I know I'm a businessman, chief executive officer, right? The young woman shakes her head slowly. Okay, chief technical officer?
No, you're a police officer, sir.
Are you sure?
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Apparently, this check becomes easier to pass if you've already stopped the expression. So I guess there's one way that affects things, but no, I'm still not making a pass at Clausier. Sorry, that's not me. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself. Hang on, I gotta turn the volume on my thingy up. There we go. I was gonna say, but so few things are making noise right now, I can barely tell. Actually... Sure, why not? Actually, I could see why they wouldn't trust me with the law. I have the right character.
A fondness for contradictory statements.
No, I'd thrown my shoe out the window. I deduced this from the direction of the shards.
Extraordinary.
Why, I don't know. I should probably just move along.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
She looks back at you with light glinting off her eyes.
Bye.
Interestingly, I also did not get a chance to ask her more questions before she went in the door, as I did previously. I guess a lot of things about this game changed with the build of your character. I actually could have gotten quite a lot more information out of her, but nothing that important. This keeps track of all of your retriable checks. So there are white checks and red checks. White checks you can try again later after putting another point into its relevant skill. Red checks you only get one shot ever. The weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. Again, I'm going to butcher any faux French pronunciations. I'm too American to know how to pronounce French, I'm sorry. We're about to meet my favorite character in the game, one of my favorite characters from anything, in a little bit. He's just everything a good character should be. Summer door closed for the winter. This is what the lyrics would be. Big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. Speakers connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. I like that. You should totally sing karaoke here. First chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. My soul is immense. My soul is modest. It's normal size. My soul is puny. My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover. Of course. At this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. What should I sing when it comes to it? You have not yet stumbled upon the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You'll wreak havoc with it, don't you worry. Lamentation sounds good. They'll really get a gauge on my soul with that. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. I don't even have the... I'm supposed to have, like, an empty tape reel. Did I not pick it up? I didn't see it in there. Hold on, I have to go look for it now. Like, in the destroyed remains of the tape player, there should have been something recoverable. I love the music in this game, by the way. I particularly love the outside music of Revachol. It's just... it has such a nice kind of tragic tune to it. I'm hearing it through my headset now. It's pretty nice. Yeah, no, I didn't get that tape. That's interesting. Oh well. I don't think the empty reel amounts to anything anyway. Except that if I had found it during that inner monologue about the karaoke, I would have known about the song. Little things like that, yeah. Like I said, like the main story of the game all is more or less linear as far as I know, but there's a lot of details along the way that can change. Some of them pretty fucking major. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance and then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now, he's purposefully ignoring you. Let's look at the stuffed bird. A competent work of taxidermy, the white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs, one of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. It looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter. Can I help you with that?
Look, your buddy is over there.
Eve looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy? Thomas says, speaking of seagulls, there were a good 100 or so in the fields today. That's interesting. Didn't get too many of those around where I am. I'm too inland, I think. There were probably some around, up like around Lake Erie. Something tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this? So not only am I a cop, but I'm also a hero?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
What did I do?
What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
Oh my god, I did do all? No. I'm guessing I didn't do any of those things.
You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to.
What have I been doing all that time? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
Alright, good talk. I don't know why he's in such a bad mood. I'm obviously the very letter of the law. It's me, Captain Law. That's what they call me. That's my name. That's interesting. I could see that even though I can't get in there. It's all reserved for union members. I will also say the story of this game is friggin' complicated. Not too much to keep track
Hello,
of.
sweetie.
Hello.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, I guess. I don't know, he seems kind of boring. I'm gonna go talk to this guy. Man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. Maybe I'll just... yoink. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does. Good talk, man. I'm wondering what check is pertinent to this bottle of rum, because I'm almost sure I've had the electrochemistry voice try to talk me into licking dried rum off this counter. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. This is a good check. Esprit de Corps, medium. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why? Hold on, who is he to me? He is your half-brother. Alright.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
I love Kim Kitsuragi. You realize he is waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. I failed this check last time and came up with a really good name. No, we're making up in here. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go. It is not yet time.
Okay then.
He processes the information and then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Thanks to the big, and I mean big, update to Disco Elysium, Kim and all the other NPCs in this game will now voice act all of their dialogue in the whole game, not just the first few paragraphs. So we'll get plenty of Kim. Which is good. Because we like Kim. You mean that guy? Yeah, I talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
Yes, the police. I am aware that I am a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
Kim has such an uncanny ability to take all of this guy's inane sentences completely in stride. Like he's almost totally unflappable. I have not done that.
Okay. We'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Look, man, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
You said insignia, these white rectangles, you mean?
Yes,
Not just white rectangles.
they are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
Shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
No, I can't lie to Kim. It was not on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
It's like I cannot overstate how badly we need that body to not be in that tree. I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
Alright, let's go talk to the guy.
To you, officer.
I just gotta love how it throws you into this. Like, if you didn't know anything about this game coming into it, this would be the first time you even knew there was a murder. It's just like, wait a minute. What's this about a dead body hanging in... Oh, I'm a cop. Uh-oh. The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
I'm curious, what's gold and orange like a forest fire but smells like liquor?
Are you kidding me?
No, man, help me out. What's gold and orange? It smells like liquor.
It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And you're orange.
See, everyone agrees as your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Poor Kim.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Imagine Kim being sent here, like, way out of his normal way, like, not within the scope of his usual whatever precinct he's in, 51st or whatever, to work with somebody from the 41st. He comes into this. Body's still hanging in the tree. This guy's so drunk, he doesn't know his name.
Yes, of course.
For a moment, the man fidgets under the lieutenant's gaze, then he gives in. That's the other thing about Kim. Actually, like, he seems very softly spoken, but he's actually a total fucking badass. But anyway, we get ahead of ourselves.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
My left hand assumes a fingers on the number row configuration when I'm playing this game, because I like to use the keyboard shortcuts.
As a matter of fact, I do.
So, the person who placed the call to report the dead body fucked off.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No. I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
I suspect that's one too many minis. Or two too many minis. Jamrock is a neat place, town name for a town, though. What are words? They're all made up anyway.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
Who, me?
I have everything. You?
How do you mean, do I have questions?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
How'd we get there, then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice. So why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business. Extra fine.
I'm a little surprised Kim just lets that slide, because it really seems like it might be our business. I mean, somebody called, like, the person who called to report a murder, then just disappeared. It might be our business. Anyway, I guess it's not. That's all I have.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination, but... That's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility. You don't like those. No, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk. What's real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
A trivial encyclopedia check to remember what money is. The IIR, or Intersoliary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money. Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him! Did I just hear my tie speak to me twice? No one is saying that. No one is saying the tie can talk. That would be ludicrous. It's just that you should arrest him. It would be wiser. He wants to take your money. I'm not comfortable with this. The lieutenant watches you fiddle with your horrific tie, sweat stains forming on your armpits. He puts his hand on your shoulder.
If you don't have the money, it's okay. None of us are in this for the wages.
That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either. What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages.
Alright.
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
Am I actually... Like, I don't have an exit from this conversation, except you're under arrest. Let's keep stalling. What exactly is money? Explain money to me.
What are you, a philosopher?
Maybe I am.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
I could show him the coins, or proceed and don't show him the coins because they're yours. Interesting. Where do I get it from?
Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Are these monies?
Yes, it is.
Alright. There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. Alright, so what happens now?
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
I love how he turns to Kim whenever he wants to talk to a grown-up.
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't remember where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
So even that conversation went differently this time than I think it ever has for me before. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank and this place sure isn't it. I really don't remember. You've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Up on Marvel Hill. Why did you say that? These are just synapses firing. It doesn't mean anything. You really don't know, do you? You've only a vague, blackened image. A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you could stay if you run out of money. I'll live in a dumpster. I don't care. Fuck everything. Hobo cop. Entertain a thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages. So you can, via various means, unlock these thoughts that you can internalize and ruminate upon until they manifest into something interesting. A cop and a hobo. Hobo cop. Upsides. Can be disheveled, doesn't have to wash, carries himself with lurched gusto. Hobo cop doesn't need anyone or anything. No one can kick you out because you don't have a home. Never pay rent again. Never again here. You're drunk. Why'd you even come here, Harry? Go home. You're embarrassing yourself. Downsides? Are there any? I mean, seriously, give me one. Yeah, I don't know who this Harry guy is. Alright. Yeah, we'll go investigate. That's what we'll do. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't try to run away and then flip the double birds while diving backwards and then crash into the old lady and knock myself unconscious. It's a shame I missed that. I'm a bad streamer. Lieutenant nods politely. Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
I'm no Sweetie, look at me.
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling. Selena's wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot. How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
Want to be my wheelchair partner of fighting crime, riddling backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who'll need you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Oh, get him, of course, I forgot I had you. Wait, here we go. I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays on the paranatural.
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Oh, yeah, 3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down.
Well, she's not wrong about that.
Perhaps another time.
So polite to find like a gentle way out of that without actually saying, no, you're obviously insane. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. She won't judge you no matter what you say. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
We're dead, haunting each other. We're ghosts.
Now.
She tilts her head as she looks up with you with maternal solicitude.
We are alive. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags. And the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol.
Okay.
Yes, and Revachol?
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am.
There. The year is 51, and spring has only just started. I'm sure there are better days ahead.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thanks to the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind, we're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. Some kind of democracy, maybe?
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
Isn't it always? I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged. How did I do?
You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good. Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Speaking of which, hey, could you give me some money?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad lost person on Earth. Wow, I have a very high chance to pass that medium suggestion check. What is a paycheck? I haven't even seen any paychecks.
You must be joking. Although our pay does sometimes feel like a joke.
It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union behind you. Maybe you should talk to Everard, the union leader.
Oh boy, is that a bad idea. Interesting idea. This Everard sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket. I kind of hate to do this. I don't know. It's like there's no good way out of this financial problem. Like if you don't have the money by the end of the day, there is like an extra way out, but it doesn't feel like a good one. So let's just see what I can come up with over the course of the day. Your deportment remains undignified as you shed a single manly tear. It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I'm at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
He unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it into your palm.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
Shut up, Kim. The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads St. Baptiste Summer 31, dinghy races. I promise I'll buy it back for you once I have more money.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back.
Alright, gotta get going now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Alright. Yeah, pawns for what? $3. Yeah, I'm remembering who can brief you more about the nature of reality, and it's a very interesting conversation, but yeah, it's one of those conversations that I'm glad will now read itself so I don't have to. Now here's the music I really like. Or, like, skip the first few notes for some reason.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
I have some questions for you, apparently.
Of course. What can I help you with?
What's all this fuck the police business?
Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning. The street sign says fuck the police.
Oh. Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
It's alright, I didn't mean to startle you.
Okay.
Who are you exactly?
Me? I am just a gardener.
Cool. What are you doing here?
I'm working.
Working on what?
I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence. But?
Well, as you probably know, there are cops hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
Alright, I have to run.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling you might need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all. One more thing. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Just that easy. Just ask someone for their gloves and just... There you go. They practically teleport onto your hands. Thick latex gardening gloves in classic canary yellow. Maybe you should retire, take up gardening as a hobby? Worth a thought. Alright, alright. This is something about a dead body in a tree. Maybe I'll pass. Maybe I'll critically pass that check too. Kuno, I know, got completely redubbed, which is good because his previous voice was not great. Not that I plan on even talking to Kuno very much. It's very fancy for an inscription on a dumpster. It smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. This kid's ladder is rickety but climbable. It's for kids, wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man. What are you? Monies. And drugs. We love drugs. Corpse looks at you with bulging wide eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. Cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils. God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
Shut up. Alright, here we go. A legendary endurance check. 3%. Smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within. Yeah, I don't gotta spew. Barf. I've spewed. Too late. It's impossible to keep it in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid. Fucking corpse.
Keep it.
Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Think ammonia would help?
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
But not you.
I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can't handle the smell, unlike you. Okay, where do I get ammonia from?
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the Fleet store nearby.
Fleet. I think Kim's accent is like mostly Asian, but there's like a dash of French in there. Am I the only one who sees that? Here's that? Leave it to Kim to carry fancy handkerchiefs around. In case a drunk-ass amnesiac detective blows chunks. See if we can just... Actually, I need to make like a habit of quick saving. That's F5 to quick save, right? Yeah.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Do you still have your salts? I think we could use some.
Sure. I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Yeah, I'll almost certainly still fail, but... I think I actually prefer to fail because of the... There's a funny. We'll get to Kim's car later. It's wonderful. Tried to gauge some general interest in how many people would want to watch me stream Disco Elysium, but not a lot of people are showing up. Might just be busy or whatever. I'm still kind of considering this a trial run. We're sort of feeling out if the pace of the game feels good for a stream or... Oh, what do you know? I actually did it. What, am I really gonna miss the thing? Because... we'll have to see. Track over the ammonia ampule and breathe it in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it. Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
Damn, do I actually just not get the volumetric shit compressor? You know what, I'm actually gonna step back and undo that correct check, because I think it's much more interesting if I fail it. I think it's better for, like, the overall pace as well. Try that again. Not so successfully this time.
Hello again, officer. How are things? Sure. Go easy on that stuff.
You can double click to run. Run everywhere. Fitness cop. You... That's more correct. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You managed to keep it in once. Second time, not so much. Warp. Alright, Kim, I have an idea. Just gonna keep puking until we can like climb up on the puke, and then we can just walk up there, grab him. I think I don't want to be a cop anymore.
Get a hold of yourself.
Feel the lieutenant pat your back rhythmically. The weight is reassuring. Like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be fine.
I think I've lost my sense of smell. Not being hungover helps too.
Can we do something else? I think I want to sell something else now.
That's probably a good idea. Clear our heads. But before we can do that,
He withdraws his hand from your back and looks you in the eye.
you need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Good call. The whole reason I wanted to go back and fail that check was to get the volumetric shit compressor. Your shit is a part, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together, compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people, maybe that will help. So your shit is apart. Even though it's still right here next to the stench belching corpse. I want to check this out. There are several footprints in the mud left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Ah, fart. What do you think you are, a super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being. Ooh. Could talk to Kuno, but I ain't going to. Ah, fuck it. Let's talk to Kuno. Maybe he'll be a little less bad with the new voice actor.
Kuno's got this.
Boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12. If there was ever such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy Kuno.
Yells the other kid behind the fence. Hey kid, word, police business.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
It's love it in the dick.
I suspect the homophobic slur was censored specifically for us Twitch streamers. The boy is sweating profusely, his eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body. Stop throwing rocks at my crime scene.
Fuck that. Kuno, yeah, right in the mouthhole.
They pay you no heed or pretend not to notice you.
Shits himself.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Kim, what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What forces?
You will see.
Look, I have questions for you.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
The body, what do you know about it?
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's choking. He's totally choking.
Kim, help me out here. What do we want to know?
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes to mind. Do you know how he got up there?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So you didn't see it happening.
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Okay, where did you go then?
I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
Where's Night City?
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant.
More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something else.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
About this crime scene. Do you kids often play in this yard? Thomas says Kuno was in Cyberpunk 2077 somehow. Really? Good, because this is a character we need to see in more media. We need more Kuno in our entertainment, for sure.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
This ladder, you ever climb it?
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
Oh, he said he was in Nights. Okay, I got the joke. Right. That makes much more sense. Did not connect that in my head. So, would you say that the ladder is unclimbable?
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
I might have questions later, and for now, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Kuno sucks. So who else can we talk to? Well, my shit compresses. Oh yeah, of course. We have other business to conduct. I love this car. Know who else loved this car? Kim. Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in a blue and white livery bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. So like that roaring noise is what woke us up, and it turns out it was this car. In the cabin, you were welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. Tap on the gauge. As you tap the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation, we're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation, don't even think you can drive my motor carriage. Kim, what are we looking at? What is this machine?
This is the Kupris Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like.
Motor carriage, motor carriage. Something bad with a motor carriage. A dark lump rises in your throat. What is this sinking feeling I have with the words motor carriage? Nothing. It's nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging. Do all policemen in the RCM have such cool motor carriages?
The Kupris Motor Corps does provide most of our patrol vehicles, yes.
So, you might, again, it's hard to get into the head of somebody like Kim. But it turns out he really likes his freaking car. He likes cars in general. Anyway. The frequency tableau lights up and a green button labeled Primeline glows like a feline eye, and then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Lieutenant?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker. Copy.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You could swear she was friendlier with the lieutenant. I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is her number, officer?
Kim, didn't Yard give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Just wait. Relax.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
Hello, this is the police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days of work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again. Is it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Why didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse.
What does the Union have to do with anything?
No one calls the police. The Union would get angry.
Well, speaking of motor carriages making infernal noise, hang on a sec. There he goes. Neat guy. What do you mean by that?
You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage. Is she speaking the truth? Is the Union the law around here?
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
Oh, my shit is already almost compressed. Thomas says you're missing the live-action Disco Elysium cosplay group outside. And tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us?
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. No, don't push her. Sounds like she's about to cry. Yeah, I don't think anything good is gonna come out of this. What others?
The other people who live around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble.
Okay, I understand.
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the Union, internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble.
I see, Joe. Alright, don't worry about it.
You do? Oh. What else can I do for you?
Do you know who made that call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
You quit your job at the Whirling. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
I mean, why aren't you comfortable discussing it with me?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Get away from whom?
You know whom.
You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words? You mean me? You needed to get away from me?
I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just forget about this, okay?
Alright, I won't push you on this. Are you ever coming back to work?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now.
I think I got everything I need, thanks.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her. At the Whirling in Rags, when she was still working here. Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit.
What skua thing?
The stuffed bird. The great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though.
Right. So you're telling me I was the one who made you want to quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
I think I've heard enough.
I bet.
Right, thank you for talking with me. Take care. You hear a sigh of relief on the other hand of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks, and then the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Could you connect me to the 41st Precinct? I have something I need to report.
Just a second, officer.
After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
He is so French. A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas and the radio switchboard. Hi, this is me here. I work at your station.
10-4, what's your status? Over.
My status?
10-18, 10-20, over.
Can you repeat that?
10-18, 10-20, over.
Please just talk human to me. These numbers mean nothing to me.
State your message, sir. Over.
I need to report my badge missing.
10-9, repeat message. Over.
My badge, I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Hey, who is this?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieu, sir. Over.
Jules Pidieu. I love this guy. No, the other one.
You mean your partner? Over.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Vitmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It is the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself immediately. They're laughing at you. Haha, officer lost his badge. Haha, like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh god damn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
Come on, operator, tell him to stop. This is serious.
He's asking you to stop, says this is serious.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Vikmar concurs, losing your badge is serious.
Is serious. Can we just move on? I want to get this reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me! Mac, come here! You've got to hear this! Dick Mullen lost his badge!
How do we live in a universe where, like, half the people are French and then this guy has, like, this New England accent?
What's going on? Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Could you all please stop saying he lost his badge for a moment?
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge.
Fuck you, Jules. You don't have a comeback. Sorry, it's hard to think like this. Damn it, reaction speed.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
Enough for this now. I have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober. Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets, check your... Holy fuck, you don't know where it is, do you? I don't have my gun? No, it's gone. It's not fucking on you. Don't sweat it, Bratton. You don't need a gun to have fun. We can still have fun. It's not all over. Thanks, necktie.
Sir, did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain. Of course I didn't lose my fun. Gun! Fuck! No, I didn't lose my gun.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over.
Oh, the request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun. Alright, so for starters, it's massive. Got flared cooling vents along the front and hydrogen flasks sticking out too.
10-9, come again, please. Over.
It's got a magnetic accelerator, an arc that accelerates the energized ball of periwinkle blue hydrogen-based plasma to near light speed.
I'm going to need to put you on speaker for a second.
In contact, it detonates with the power of a dying star, erasing every living thing from existence. And did I mention it's dripping with sexy blue plasma?
The officer is describing his genitalia in exaggerated
Not you, Jules. You too, Jules.
Host in heaven. Did he lose his gun and his mind?
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Noor by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants. Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Ask him if he still got his wiener.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson, he is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
Yes, I lost my wiener too. Just lay off, okay?
He acknowledges your joke and asks you to lay off.
Lay off? Lay off? Tell him we'll lay off when he retrieves the goddamn police property that he has been entrusted with.
Satellite Officer...
I heard him and I'm on it.
10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
Oh, God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over.
I am in dire need of financial assistance.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but
What does he want now?
he's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Right, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
It is paramount to the investigation that you grant me more money.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over.
Please, I'm begging you here. I don't have a place to sleep tonight.
He says he's in trouble, doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vicmar said...
Who cares what this Vicmar said? Pull on their heartstrings. Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity. Fine, I heard you. No funds.
Anything else, sir? Over.
This might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss.
Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait, before you say anything stupid, think it through. What's there to think about? You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone. I mean, we already know that.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
I wanted to know if you got my badge's description right in your report. Could you read it to me? Name, rank, date of birth?
What? What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force.
Wow, that's important. I'm a high general.
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir?
Over.
Please refer to me with my full name in the future.
10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
Say my name.
Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner. Over.
Please just say my name, Jules.
What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Any news about my, family?
Excuse me, sir?
Jules is caught so off guard he forgets the number that comes after 10. You probably don't want to continue down this road. Never mind.
Come again, sir? I didn't get that. 10-9.
Yeah, Jules is a real trooper, huh? I mean, so is Kim, but it's just kind of all being shotgunned right at Jules. Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Understood, sir. Over.
Alright, that's all for now.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd is gathered around Communication Officer Jules Old Boy Pidieu, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter when Officer Judy Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages and her hair is trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
Jean Vicmar turns to her and says,
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He's lost his badge and his sidearm. He seemed confused, delirious even.
I don't think he's supposed to still sound like he's coming through a radio. Mac, the torso torsid, and his finger fucking his fists, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
I guess the game heard me when I said he wasn't supposed to have radio sound.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Someone in the crowd in the room has started fidgeting uncomfortably. Someone's trying to slip out unnoticed.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage. Well, let's raid the toolbox at least.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools, but what can you do? Work is work. Pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Handles of the chain cutters are long and sleek. Snap, snap go the cutters in your hand. It is a robust, weatherproof, and well-made flashlight. Police issue, blue. Now I have stuff.
Volumetric shit compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals.
Holy shit!
These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
My shit may be two together. I think this is a dangerous level of shit togetherness. Anyway, that's the voice of the narration that you'd otherwise be hearing. Had I not chosen to just read it myself. So there you go. You can either get Zeor narration or that narration. I feel like I made the right choice. It's not a bad voice or anything. It's just, it's too flat. He doesn't like enunciate the funny syllables enough. So we still don't know who placed the call. The badge, the gun, some tools. And now that I've leveled up, I can increase a thing. But what? I think I want some more visual calculus skill. Which means I can attempt the footprints again. Let's have a quick BRB. Pardon, to get myself some more beverage. Because very talky street. Room. There goes another Caprice Kinema. It's not even what cars sound like in this universe. Anyway, yeah, quick BRB. Those who are here, I appreciate you. I just gotta get the right menu, the right window over here. There we go. The hello time indeed, I'm back. I have drinky. So, I guess my detective skills are so weak I'm not even registering this fence as an interactable thing. Perhaps I will at a later time. So yeah, like your various perceptions and other skills will even affect how you see the world, what you notice and don't notice. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Maybe more than 12? No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth through the mud. Number 1, standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46? Wait, which is it? You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. And foot number 5, another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, number 41. Male or female, impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is underdeveloped. Pretty good at this, aren't I? You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens, everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it in a strange, beautiful way. Number 7, the glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46, but the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother and more worn.
How many?
The lieutenant has been tracking your eyes' movements. 8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Same guys were going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
You can even see in Kim's portrait that he is wearing, like, intense prescription glasses. Kim has bad eyesight. A number 41 shoe.
A woman? Or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
Heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker, carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely. One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
An aberration, one soul smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul.
Have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it. What are these people we're looking for as a drummer, Kim?
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing. He doesn't seem to hear you, looking southward towards the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent, the engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent. How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It's not impossible. How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashon. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago. What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. In my mind, though, I'm already thinking just like... the hanging wasn't the only thing that could have happened to him in that case, because he's not... they had to have... You can't just carry a guy around like that, no problem, just hang him. He's gonna fight. I mean... Anyway, we've been through all of it. You again. You better watch out, my shit's together now. Thank you, volumetric shit compressor. As you breathe in, the order comes over you. It's a spell of the mind. We did this with your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting. Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten to him to the branch above appears to be industrial in strength. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The men wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. They are clearly not boots, they're armor, possibly part of a larger set. These aren't just boots, they're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
So what kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Ceratanium.
Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
That's a lot, I take it?
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like the whorls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resilient wood materials like lignum vitae and ebony, perhaps. What does this remind me of? If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton where you notice the whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
E50.100.1000.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Little subtle thing. I mean, I mentioned that you could tell Kim friggin' likes his car. Like, whenever he refers to it, he calls it the kinema. He doesn't just say my car or whatever. How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
He's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful. He's looked pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
We're at the gaining a lot more questions than we are answers phase of the investigation here. Like, also, if this guy's a security guard and such a tough guy, that feeds into what I was saying before. Like, you don't just carry this guy alive and conscious and fighty to a tree. Like, something must have happened to him before this. This feels dangerous, are you sure? Sure. The stench fills your nostrils as you push downward. An ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
He looks at you with the boot on your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Well, I'm not a homo.
Stop obsessing about your sexuality, officer. You are about to seriously compromise the coroner's case.
Indeed, from this angle it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
There's really no good answer here. Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot.
How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides, there's no way you are getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots for 7 days. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think they are the only thing left on him?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down, and second it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. Wait, hold on, what? Steal a dead man's boots? That would be dishonorable. There we go, sure. Alright then, you can pay the hostel bill in honor points. How many honor points have you collected? There are honor points? Of course there are, don't be naive. Still feel as though there might be some honor points, and if there are, you've surely earned one. Okay.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
Anyway, interesting armored boots. Weirdly out of place for a low-time security guard. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. What kind of rope is this?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a circus. When the circus leaves town and they tie a black spotted giraffe to the wall of the carry bin. Like in a surface for transporting black spotted giraffes?
No. More like in harbor. Like the one just east of here. I get a sense they used whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
So we're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it?
The brief suggested as much. Politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way on this one. My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My lover, my mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
Sure wanted him to stay there. So here we go. How do they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Did they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. Shape of the branch supports the theory. Sure wanted him to stay there. Polyester seems strong.
It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
Like serious heavy-duty cable. Ugh. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. Will mine be marked by? Alcohol and heartbreak. Is this a map of the night sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates and you feel as though you are only half right. I'm missing something here.
So am I.
I love this. Takes a thin piece of milled aluminum from a coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears, some sort of camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
I thought he had animations for this, but I must have been making that up. Produces two metal-capped ampules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there. This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want
Okay,
to
he
wait.
does. A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper rolling out.
In case we need it.
Says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
What do we need this photo for? Kim likes his gadgets too. You know, I like seeing the little things that Kim really likes about his job. So what do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes. The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and its skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There's no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head, his face ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin is past, what remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression not carried on his features but below, inside. An expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death. This is the kind of thing that the empathy build picks up on. Like no other, there are no other skill sets for like reading emotions out of a corpse. And thanks to my massive Inland Empire skill. Who are you, dead man? I'm gone. Where have you gone? Into the wild pale yonder. Where's that? In the past, way out west. I can see you're gone, but who are you? I'm a joke. Look at me. It's nothing funny about you. There's nothing funny about jokes either. Who were you when you were alive? A killer. A motherfucker and a killer. What is happening? What do you mean? I'm talking to you. It's the power of your black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips. Imagination. Yeah, man, don't be crazy. Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination's doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much. He loves those. Why do I love questions so much? Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. You want more questions? Yeah, give me questions. Here you go, you loony. Is my name Rooney? Fuck you, no. Fuck no, you're no Rooney. I do strike myself as Rooney. No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible? Because you have. I hate you. You stink and you're boring. Do I remind you of someone? Deep sea creature. No, not quite. Be fair now. Sure I do. You just don't want to admit it. Why were you feeling pleasure when you died? Maybe I was getting my rocks off. First, do you have to speak like that? What dialect is that anyway? It's a mishmash, Capobolo. You think I'm Messinian, don't you? For you, this is how people from Messina speak like. I'm not even sure what Messina is. Well, I'm not from Messina, am I? My hair is too light of a shade of brown. Trust your inner racist. What, are you a racist now too? You think I am. You think I was a racist because this lump looks like military and has tattoos. That's called profiling. So, you were feeling sexual arousal when they were hanging you? Do I look like an erotic auto asphyxiation type to you? Not really. Captain Compodromo, I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again. Let's go with a simpler question. I think we're done. You can come back and look into this face anytime you want. Ask me your little questions, fresh in your memory. Create associations. Remind yourself of your mortality, Capolopo. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does its position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue, his fatted hands, thighs, and his neck just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. His face and hands are pink, thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thighs and into his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead. I think he was upright after death.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Could it still be he was moved after death?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
He's kinda beaten up. You see the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
I hate those kids. So, how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
Yeah, I think we've been pretty thorough.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Maybe we could... We could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, it seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Maybe we could shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch, that's a good spot to aim. There, the buckle that holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
I'd never have pulled this off, no. And I'm not on a build with good, motorics, so we'll have to see. Lieutenant is undecided. On the one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other hand, it's an awfully stupid idea. Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst could happen?
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbows sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. He steps back, steeping on them with stiders. He steps back and assumes the fellow test position, taking aim. Corner of his eye twitches, his fingers on the trigger. Easy does it, partner.
He's gonna fucking miss!
Kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
He feels bad about it. About his eyes, mostly. Just having bad eyesight, probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Fucking idiot! Mookaba asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Yeah, and I have the gun. I should try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
What's that supposed to mean?
They only have one gun.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
It's not letting me in my inventory. I was wondering if I could get a description of the gun. Cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Bakelite, bakelite, I don't know. Like I said, I'm American. I don't read with it. Your finger fits right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. Stand with your feet planted firmly on the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Oh. Boy, I bet that would go badly. Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. That's actually instant game over. If you do that, I wouldn't doubt it. Kim would not even slightly stand for that. Yeah. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and his shoulders directing the gun sync up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
I feel like that would make my aim worse if I started arguing with Kuno S. Damn. Oh. A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened. You miss the belt but hit the corpse square in the chest. Bits of rib cage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulko.
Something wrong with your weapon, Lieutenant. It keeps missing.
The armistice is sufficiently precise, officer. Especially at close range.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like, fucking hooves or something.
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
Lieutenant, you should give Kuno your gun. No, we're not giving you the gun, kid.
That's preposterous. What are you, a fucking earl?
We still need to get him down, somehow.
His tone is growing tired now. Stench makes him turn away from the corpse. But how?
The bad way. The way I didn't want us to.
There's a worse way than the gun?
For help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too.
Won't it be dangerous?
To ask the suspects for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Everard Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves.
I was very much sorry cop in my first run. Like, I spent so much time apologizing that Kim, like, asked me to stop. So I've strayed from that path a little bit. Like, I have so much to be sorry for.
Clearly we can't.
Yeah.
Suck my dick, bitches.
Jesus. So how do we get inside the harbor?
From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely though.
Let's get to it then. You know, I'm actually at a point where I really do enjoy this game a lot. To such an extent where I don't think I'm even that worried about how thrilling of a stream it is. I feel like this is just, it's a good thing for me to be into right now. Right, we can at least call in about that armor. The tattoos. Right. Ask him for a briefing. These freaking green shoes, though.
Yes?
So, tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Literally anything. I can't remember a single thing.
Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember.
Brief. Yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
So we already knew he was a security guard. Somehow.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Wait, does the briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Hold on, and the RCM is...
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
Of course, yes, I understand everything now.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
White male in his 40s, what more do you need?
I'm relieved that you agree.
He is glad and surprised to see an officer who can appreciate the less than spectacular. Is there anything else? You look like you were about to say something.
Do you know the feeling when you've begun filling in a crossword, but some of your answers don't quite seem to fit? That's the feeling I have right now, for some reason.
I know exactly what you mean.
It will turn into quite the puzzle yet, I'm afraid.
If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on, retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
Cop-off?
It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness, on the contrary. So what's special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
Wonder what this says about me that I was sent by my station. Raises an eyebrow. I think it's best to let you make the next move. I probably have an unbelievable kill count.
I bet you do.
Why do you agree?
The 41st is known to kill people. Often.
Oh, that's darker than I thought it might have been. He neither approves nor disapproves, and yet there is something more there, something you can't quite put your finger on. I will only use lethal force with the utmost care and precision.
If you could only find your gun. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? If not, we should move.
Okay, enough of the competition then. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
He actually is glad it's addressed now. Dumb brain, I'm good for nothing. You look dumb if you keep the lieutenant waiting too long. My morale's taking a beating here. I think you should know that I can't remember anything. No response, he just arches his brow. I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There's a sudden harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs. I'm afraid this is a medical situation.
Really? You look fine to me.
I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror and had no idea who I was.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
It's not psychological. Some sort of major brain damage has occurred on an unprecedented scale.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
Can we talk about you?
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
Oh, these are all bad questions. Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
Okay. Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have, like, conversations with your brain? Like,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
the lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case. I get it. You're one of those old school detectives.
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
Lieutenant produces a small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place. We all have our different mediums. His is written. Alright, we'll go there. So, you're wearing some pretty monster glasses there, man.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone. I wouldn't do that. No, I don't. Glasses are cool, I guess.
Are they? They're mostly just cumbersome.
I don't know. In my case, I look much better with my glasses, I feel. I think I look weird without my glasses. I mean, they've been part of my face for like 20 years, but...
Good. Let's change the subject.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if I've ever called the Lazareth. I don't like that sound that's going on in this menu. Alright. What should I level? Ken says perception failure there tells you to get glasses. I'm gonna level up some more smarts right now. Oh yeah, I can already retry a check in that conversation.
Yes?
Pick over what's left of your frontal cortex, but no compelling explanations emerge. Let's see if I don't know.
I can't believe it's snowing again.
I like the snow.
It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
I investigated the body. Shouldn't be long till we get it down.
Oh, okay. Thanks for keeping me in the know, sir.
Okay, bye. No, I must read door. Closed for winter. Please use main entrance. That guy's cool. I should talk to him. The music just sets the mood here so well. The music and just the sparse snow. It has just like a dignified desolation about it, you know? They really set the mood here so very well. Alright.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
E50.100.1000, make and model is Fairweather T500 VE.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Wait, what's ICP?
The International Collaboration Police? They keep detailed records of all military technology produced by licensed manufacturers. That's one of the reasons the Moral Intern spearheaded the creation of the ICP in the first place.
Cool. What's the moral intern?
Officer, as much as I appreciate your efforts to lighten the mood, we both have important work to get back to. Did you have any other serious questions?
Right. Could you connect me to the station 41st Lazarus?
It will take just a moment, officer.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy. I was told to call Lazarus. People are worried about me. Oh, here we go. I'm in a bad way, Doc. A real bad way.
Oh, it's you.
Is that a snarl or a suppressed groan? No love for you here. Yes, it's Firewalker here.
Firewalker? Oh, yes, you are. Just don't breathe in the general direction of your fire feet. Actually, wait. Do exactly that. Put yourself out of your misery. Take a deep, diaphragmatic breath in.
I'm not sure if this guy took the oath that we have in our universe. A glorious sight. Your body tired from the vastness of the visions that haunted, burning up in a flame fed by your own living breath. So you see it too, that my body is to become the last torch in the darkness?
I see third-degree burns and a referral to a plastic surgeon whom you won't be able to afford. But that's in the future. Do you have any current, pressing medical problems?
I have lost my memory, all of it.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
There is no surprise in his voice, only careless superiority. You're not surprised? Okay. Anything else?
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
God, our doctor sucks. It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care. Isn't there anything you can do for me?
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body?
Yes, I want the truth.
You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime.
Is that who I am? Am I a rock star? So it's political. You're being neglected because of political reasons.
And And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate.
Wow.
It looks like Mectosin.
That's the guy who was laughing at. That's the guy who wanted to know if I lost my wiener.
It's not fucking cryo-actylate. It's super glue, Doc.
Alright, I guess that's it for now.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Oh, that wasn't very productive. I'm done.
57's over and out.
What did I get? Oh yeah, wait for tomorrow to hear back about the thing. So, we need to find a way to get into the harbor to get help. A simple little cadence, he seemed to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions towards the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck.
I'm not sure if this guy had a voice at all originally, did he? I mean, he must have, but it doesn't. It sounds new to me.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
Limbo, huh? So that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife. So, how long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
You know anything about the dead man, the one hanging behind over at the...
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He kept his nose out of the dark stuff. Busy, but with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
And your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Cool. Time to arrest him. Wicked. I've always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
See if he'll just give me a free tracksuit.
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Yeah, so this is your machine?
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Yeah, these lorries are pretty neat.
Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Loran Bird somehow.
Wamrau and Loran Bird. There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he spent too long in this lorry. So here we go. It's time to see if I can flex my empathy muscles. In his eyes, a half-familiar longing. Flecks of brown and gold. Familiar how? Hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. What's in the southwest?
Excuse me?
Hell, I get longing. I felt something similar since I woke up.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know? I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way. Waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, So far from home.
What's it like to miss someone?
What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what this is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow in the past. No, I feel hunted.
Hunted? By what?
By a shadowy figure known only to me as the ex-something.
An ex-wife?
Uh-oh. Ex-wife. Can I quick save during a conversation? No. I may want to put a point into my, like, survival on the level up. Whatever it is, one thing is sure, it is not my ex-wife.
Still, a shadowy figure. That sounds pretty bad. I hope that doesn't happen to my marriage.
For some reason, Sire, Drama likes to call you, like, Sire for some reason. He pays no heed to your objection, continuing instead as if it were your ex-wife. Strange. Yeah, my thing's got nothing to do with marriage.
Sure, man, if you say so. But look, man, thanks for this. It's good to talk to someone. I know it wasn't easy to ask, so I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Alright, I'm good for now. Good talk.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh, jeez, I don't even have any health items. I only have 60 cents to my name. Can't even buy any. I mean, probably. Glossy Magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Jump Jams, a popular musique mag. Wait, hold on. Damn it. Although... Wait, there was some monies? Where do I get the tear bag again? Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tear machine stands at the corner. The sign says 1 bottle equals 10 cents. What is this machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yes, but what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
I see. How do I pick up tear for the tear machine?
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there.
You probably just find one in a trash can or something, I don't remember. Something that wanders
Welcome
up to you,
Frick.
really.
Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading? Conceptualization is very curious. Before we go on, what is this frit?
I don't know. Frit?
What? Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
Let's proceed. I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
I think we're good. I don't see this conversation going anywhere worthwhile. Oh, hobo cup. Small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Yeah, I only have 60 cents. Or whatever 60 sub-rail units is.
Hobocop.
Hobocop.
Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore. but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Arden-Macan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
Not even free to Hobo Cup. Look at this art, though. All of this is part of, like, this highlighted part is all big as some bigger mural. I think. Yeah. Alright, we gotta see if I can find a bag so I can Hobo Cup it up. I think I actually gained more money for being Hobo Cup. They use that mural for the OST cover, says Cans. Uh-huh. It is an awfully good OST. Here's some monies. Maybe I can buy drugs. There we go, 95. The lorries probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze. Alright, hang on. I really do think 90 is enough to get a small health refill. And I need to put a point into endurance when I level up. 2 is not much of a buffer. Yeah, there we go. I have nose fit.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Oop. Escape doesn't get you out of conversations, just opens a menu. Nose fed. Just don't take health damage this time. Good plan. Good plan, great plan. I think that's a terror bottle right there. Greater River Shoal Industrial Harbor.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
His voice is the loudest of the lot, and oddly screechy for a man of his size. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
A broad-shouldered alpha male turns towards you. He's a full head taller than everyone else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of a cause are we talking about?
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
Regardless of any of that, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
So who are all these strikebreakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
And runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud?
Yeah.
They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you are unable to breach the entrance.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the
It's
secretary's
a weird
office.
thing for a...
Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Wait, head measurer?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad can one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained.
Noticing a certain cadence to the way this guy talks.
I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Have you considered storming in, like all of you?
Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
And rubs his jaw, a perfect, lightly bearded square wedge. I want to get into the harbor too.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
Okay. Mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
What are you talking about? I'm not tense.
Yes, he's tense.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
I don't know.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work!
We've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from. Okay, I gotta ask. Where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Deep-set suspicion drips from every syllable. Thought you looked real familiar for a second there.
No. Don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people.
Came from where? Already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
Sweet, I know bars. Been thrown out from several. Maybe that's why you look familiar.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Not right now. I might have been there. I don't really remember things well.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
I'm just gonna leave now. There's head measurer.
Scott?
It's a man with jolly eyes tilting his head. What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mask, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Big guy means leader of the scabs. Well, I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I'm looking for assistance with a dead body situation.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry.
Rubs his chin as if pondering his core beliefs.
I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way? That simple? I just walk in?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead?
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him.
Right.
Then press the button to unlock the door.
Uh-huh.
Then go past him again.
Okay.
And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're saying it's actually quite difficult?
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone ever bested him in a physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Got it. Another thing.
Sure.
So I've come to Martin S. investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me. It's a better day that way.
So what's the strike about from your perspective?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy, wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization. Nice talk, gotta get moving. Sure, let's go meet our pal, Measurehead. Everybody loves him. He's a good fella, that Measurehead there, guy. Press button behind guard. The only way through that door is that button. All these floozies around him are, like, so two-dimensional you can't even interact with them.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
She almost certainly doesn't know what any of those words mean. Don't say anything, size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
A ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, I'm Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me.
My body is unimportant. I'm with the police, and we need to get into the harbor.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Paul Roux.
His face contorts in disgust as if we were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Valhul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Kim, is it really that bad?
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk, and drowned. Al Ghul?
Yes, Al Ghul.
He means alcohol. You sure?
I doubt it. My microcephalic race, so.
I don't have a problem with... no, I do have a problem with Al Ghul. You're right. I'm an alcoholic, and I need that dead body to no longer be in the tree.
No, you don't. You You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Sandwich race. I love the accents in this game. Show him the ham still got it. I mean, Measurehead would sooner, like, perform a Mortal Kombat fatality on me than actually back down. I don't think I can intimidate him. Actually, I think the ham sandwich race still has it in him.
Willingly calling yourself a ham sandwich, how far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Himians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
God, this guy's gross. There's a button right behind him, just out of reach. Must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. I mean, it's like right there next to him. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative. You're right about all of this. Now I need you to help me get that corpse down from the tree.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
So, I don't want to do this. I really want to do anything I can to avoid subscribing to his advanced race theory. There's got to be some other way. But I have an 8% chance to defeat him in combat. Yeah, I know there's some other way. I know I pulled it off. I don't remember it off the top of my head. No, you know what? I think I do remember what you do. But it's like a day 2 thing. Speaking of which, timeline-wise, it's gonna take more than one stream per day. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they, you know, ham sandwichy?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Alright, Kans knows a way around this that I don't, apparently. That's interesting. Doesn't surprise me. Turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Must be some friction there. It's keeping it well hidden, however. Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor in your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to
race failure.
It is lax and moronic.
No, communist is pretty cool. Individualism is my jam. My jam is a mysterious fourth thing.
Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
It's true, I am a rock and roll star and a rebel.
Rock and roll is moribund. Only Koikos listen to it anymore. There is no life left in it. My people abandoned it long ago. It leads only to neurogenerative herpes.
Neurogenerative herpes.
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminese race.
Okay, I'll ask. Who are the Seminese?
The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the
That's how you pronounce the letter A.
of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarasis and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you.
Ah, they were superior because they were here first.
We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol.
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminese women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So you did not come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
I found that line that Cans loves so much. Oh, that is too perfect. Hi, Ollie. He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquire and further the women. Cool.
Yes.
Shit. That raised my chance to subscribe to his 70s supremacy. Kim, what do you think about this?
I don't think anything about this. We are wasting our time having this conversation.
Your pedomorphic friend is right. You should leave here with your tail between your legs, contemplating race extinction. I am an immovable obstacle.
So what do these tattoos mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
You're right. That's craniometric perfection. My race does not stand a chance.
Correct.
I think I'm gonna leave him alone for right now. You know what? Let's try to get those box cars. Yeah, well. Uh-oh. Ow, 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 ow. Ow.
You must be out of your mind. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Alright, I do want to keep my right arm. That's me, degenerate alcoholic.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
I cannot try that again.
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
Wait a minute, I think I know what else you can do about this, actually.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hug.
Yeah, that's fair. I was fighting bad, unsavory ideologies. I'm a hero.
We are not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make the situation any more volatile than it already is.
How else are we gonna get through the gates?
There must be some other way. Let's go see the yard again. It faces the other end of the harbor. We're done with Measurehead here.
Alright, I won't be doing that again.
Let's think of something else.
Alright, I think I know where to go from here. But in any case, it's about 11, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah, I think I've decided that, again, even though, like, not a lot of people really came by to watch the stream until, like, the last second, which is fine, I mean, people have lives, whatever. What I'm trying to say is, I'm enjoying myself. So I think I'm gonna keep playing it either way. Yeah, I know the way. Tava. Oh yeah, I know you guys were. I'm not trying to complain. I really am saying that, like, I think I'm enjoying the game to a point where I don't even really care that much about viewership numbers. I'm just playing. I'm cool with just playing it simply to even have it archived. In any case, if you're here, thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. If you did miss most of it, check the VOD, because, I mean, God, this game is good. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. We'll keep this going a week from today. And tomorrow... What am I doing tomorrow? I don't know, flip a coin. Might be Donkey Kong Country 2, might be Arkham Asylum, who knows. But in any case, there's part 1 of Disco Elysium for you. Now, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Over and out.